Jack Boronowski now from the Herald Sun. Now, Jack, some vendors in Seabrook saw their auction get twice as much as what they were expecting. Talk us through this one.
Yeah, this is quite a good one actually, Maddie. So a tradie was on his work break, of all things, when he strolled past the local lunch barn. Rather than picking up a Chico roll, he's picked up this home. It's a unit that's, the opening bid was around $300,000 and he's ended up picking it up for $390,000. And there was bids from 6 groups on that one, yeah. The buyers said he stretched his budget a little bit. You can only assume that's because he was in a bit of a rush to get back to work before the boss noticed that he was missing. The vendors also had quite an interesting story as well, having run a seedling farm in the area, which they have since expanded successfully interstate.
Well, what a good story. Now, an AFL player has just listed his Goan Bray home on the market. Now, what's this one got to offer?
Well, you know we do love a footy story here in Melbourne. So this is former North Melbourne and Port star Lindsay Thomas who's put up his Goan Bray property. It's Lindsay and wife Hannah. They're looking to get rid of a property for somewhere between $700,000 and $770,000. It's 3-bedroom at 45 Rutherglen Crescent. They of course moved their family back to their home city of Adelaide at the start of last season when Lindsay joined Port Adelaide. Now they're well and truly ensconced in the area and decided to sell when their current renters upped and left. It's got a great neutral colour scheme, it's open plan living, and there's plenty of space in the backyard for the kids to run around in.
Yeah, that is a beautiful home. Now, a Hawthorn house is on the market for the first time. Now, what price are we looking at for this one?
Yeah, so this one's actually quite a rare find. It's a home that was built in 1934, and yeah, like you said, Maddie, it's the very first time it's been on the market in Hawthorn. It's still in original condition, and that also includes a little hatch for the milkman to deliver his product, and that's without disturbing anyone. So this is a 3-bedroom home, and it's going to auction this Saturday for somewhere between $2.3 to $2.5 million. It's 76 Illawarra Road. And it's been in the family for 85 years. The son of the original owners, though, has decided to downsize, which presents a real opportunity to potential buyers. There's already been plenty of interest from locals, and that's because it's in Scotch Hill, which is quite an upmarket part of the already upmarket Hawthorn. So we'll be really interested to see what happens on Saturday.
Well, there'll be one lucky buyer whoever snaps that house up in Hawthorn. Jack Boronowski from the Herald Sun, thank you so much. To Jared Bevan from the Hobart Mercury. Now, a new flash listing has hit the market in Rosetta, Jared. Talk us through this one.
This one is a jaw-dropping home. It made me wonder when I had a look through this week. It's only priced at 1.4 million, but if you picked it up and popped it in Sandy Bay, would it be 4 million, 3 million? It's just jaw-dropping in every way. All about the luxury with this one, from the Mona-ish pool house with a jacuzzi and the heated pool, to the master bedroom with a chandelier in the walk-in wardrobe. It's really got it all. I think maybe my favourite bit was the garage, which I joked with the agent, you could take the roof off and pop my whole house in the sides of this garage. It's it's crazy. It's crazy. For an entertainer, it's got a beautiful home theatre or your own private bar. There's got this really funky retro look to it with checkerboard tiles and pressed tin ceilings and a retro diner style seating arrangement.
Yeah, that's a pretty flash house, Jared. Now, this boat shed is on the market in Cornelian Bay. Now, what's the price guide for a boat shed like this?
So this one is 275 plus. In recent years, they sort of go for 250 to 350, that sort of range. 30 years ago, you could have picked one up for 30 grand. Unfortunately, you can't live in them, you can't pop them on Airbnb, but as a recreation spot, it's pretty hard to beat. This one has a nice little deck out the front with glass balustrades. There is a bed, but that's a resting spot. You can't actually stay there full time. From the location, you could jump in a boat, pop around the corner, and you've got a front row seat to the New Year's Eve fireworks. It's it's all good fun, and they're highly coveted.
Well, $270,000 for a boat shed says a lot about the property market. Jared Bevan from the Hobart Mercury, thank you so much. Over to Matt Bell now from the Daily Telegraph. Now, Matt, we need to talk about this auction in Rose Bay. Did it get the money it was supposed to?
Yeah, very interesting though. The Rose Bay auction, widely talked about there, Maddie, on Saturday, passed in at auction, believe it or not, at $23.25 million. So it didn't claim the title as the most expensive home to ever sell at auction in Australia. But after lots of negotiations, it sold on Tuesday for an undisclosed price. The agency's Ben Collier remains tightly lipped on exactly how much it sold for, but it's believed it sold somewhere between that $23.25 million and the price guide of $25 million that he had on the property. That figure is also believed to have been the reserve on Saturday that they were chasing. There were 6 registered bidders though on the day. However, only one person placed a bid and they went into negotiations after it. The buyer remains unknown as the auction was held in secrecy with the media and Eastern Suburbs agents banned from attending the auction. Such was the secrecy behind it. The luxury home though had 5 bedrooms, incredible views of Sydney Harbour, the skyline, the bridge, those postcard shots. It was designed by Bruce Stafford and Hare Plus Klein, and the house features a private boat shed, a pool, 5-car garage, internal lift, and impressive indoor and outdoor prices. Stephen Bircher though, has made a lot more money though, compared to the $12.5 million he paid for it in 2010.
Yeah, it really is worth that over $23 million. Now, I want to talk about another dream home here, this one in Newport. Wow, this is pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it's certainly probably one of the best homes for sale right now on the Northern Beaches. It's a 5-bedroom home, $8 million price guide, and it's listed with McGrath Avalon's James Baker. It's owned by sailing legend Trevor Banadas and his family. They're now planning to downsize after calling that home for 20 years. The home sits on 930 square metres on the cliffs above Bannigun Beach. It has sweeping ocean and coastline views down to Manly, but it also has direct access to the beach. The most impressive feature of the home is that incredible infinity pool and spa, which is sure to be a hit with the whole family and friends. It's a 2-level home, has 4 bathrooms, a 4-car garage, a self-contained studio. There's also a chef's kitchen with a marble island benchtop, induction cooking, climate control throughout. There's also a gas fireplace and landscape lawns and gardens as well.
Well, I can definitely see myself swimming in that pool.
Yeah, same here.
Now, a hot auction this weekend in Willoughby. What are we looking like for this one?
Yeah, it's on the market for the first time in 69 years. The agent Rick D'Amico from Forces, he's expecting a stack of bidders on Saturday, all after this property. It has a $1.4 million price guide. Rick was saying that the vendor is motivated to sell, and no matter what, they plan to meet the market on the day. So it's going to sell one way or another. It goes under the hammer at 11:30 a.m. and there's a free coffee van on site if you're after a free cup of coffee. And the agent is encouraging buyers to register and give it a crack. Majority of the interest, though, has come from young buyers looking to move out of an apartment into a home for the first time, and there's also been a handful of downsizers as well. All the buyers are looking at renovating the property. Some are talking about adding an extension to the property, but they're all talking about keeping those character features such as the 3.2 metre ceilings.
Well, we're going to be watching that auction closely on auction day at 11:30 on Saturday. Matt Bell from the Daily Telegraph, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Maddie.
Some fantastic property news there from Maddie Hale.